Alright, so same character as last time. It's host again, as you could see in the title. Hopefully this time it's not playing so fast that it can't talk. So sketching the circle is gonna be a brooch, which design I would make later. Making a little covered, or however you pronounce that, making a double layered, because, well, only one layer is boring. This time I had a better clothing reference that I wanted to do, so I didn't have to think about clothing myself too much. Basically the whole top part is reference the whole jacket thingy that I'm currently doing. As you can see, it has these sectioned poofy arms, which I just really enjoyed the look of, plus how the rest of the jacket looked like. I thought was really cool and would hopefully fit post. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just sketching that poofy section poofy jacket. A little weird figuring out how to make the poofs due to the bends in the arm, but I think it looks alright. So you can tell what's happening. I'm working on the shirt now. The buttons make no sense, but I just kept on figuring out to put them in the correct layer, and then making the end of the sleeves. Yeah. Just I wanted to have them like flopping down, like ruffled fabric that's ruffled. Yeah, ruffled fabric that's ruffled, like flopping down because of the fins on the hands. Would have looked a little weird otherwise if they weren't flopped down. So I don't like the end of the sleeves that much. They look they look weird. Oh, but what can you do? So you're making now the bottom of the jacket. As you can see, it's fun looking. It's also poofy, folded. It's great. It's like a skirt, but a part of the jacket. It's amazing, and I thought it would work really well. And well, it does work really well, and it looks amazing. So you see, you make the rest of the jacket and then blending in the rest of the jacket after I'm done with that. There we go. There it is. See, it already looks really, really good. He was checking how it looks, and it looks great. So now I think looking at I think another reference. Yeah, because no, the same reference actually, because I wondered what to do with the legs, so I decided to give them socks, really long socks, really high socks. And then came into the problem of the fins on the side, so I decided, well, let's just have like a cutout in the sock, which I decided would be symmetrical in the other sock, so the cutouts would be on the same side on each sock, so you don't see it on the other sock. Yeah, I'm adding the pants. I decided on poofy pants, slightly poofy pants, more of a doobie poofy pant. But still poofy. Poofy pants are good pants. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm just drawing over the body now, so I can hide the body sketch layer, the base layer, after that to properly look how it looks. So I'm just drawing over that. I forgot the other half of the sock, so I drew that quick. And just the head is missing still. Oh, the face better. And that's pretty much the finished sketch. I don't know if I took a break here. I likely did, and I didn't see it while editing. So hi, this is me taking a break. There we are. Naming layers, making folders. You see me shifting around stuff, copying stuff, and I made it easy for myself. I copy pasted a lot of the colors that I could copy paste, the whole head basically. And here you see me getting line work. So yeah, I'm just taking the line work of the first outfit I drew and just getting everything that could stay for the new outfit. So everything that has clothing goes away. Except the head, the tail, the feet and the hands stay, so I don't have to line those again, and just to make it easier for myself. And make sure that it looks consistent, even though it doesn't have to be. I was just lazy. Now I start with the brooch. I made it an eye shape, a really funky looking eye shape, just because Host doesn't have eyes. I thought, the brooch can be his eye, their eye. I don't know what's wrong with my voice. I'm sorry for cutting on my throat so much. I know that's annoying, but I can't really drink much. I try to drink a little bit, but I didn't want to subject you to that. So yeah, I'm just lining now. Somehow I missed all these breaks. Wow. Yeah, because people were texting me on Discord, so I couldn't just ignore them. And like whenever I'm doing something, I take a little break. You know how it is. So if you're if you're observant, you see a little line between the ear cloth and the hair. I do not notice that in this drawing at all. I made a second outfit which Speedpaint will follow tomorrow likely. Where I do notice the line and wonder where the heck does this come from, what is it? But I do not erase it. So that line is gonna stay there forever. At least until I decide to draw a fourth outfit, which I don't plan to, because the two outfits I drew today look good. So yeah, I'm just lining stuff, very boring. You can't see the pop-ups from Fire Packer, so you don't always notice when I rename layers or change the line corrections in the unless you observe the whole program, you likely won't notice. Though I do change my my line correction. It's typically on 20, but depending on how long the line is, I may change it to 30. And for coloring, it's 0, because it's coloring. And yeah, also me doing multiple little lines and just connecting them instead of making one long line. In Speedpaint tomorrow you see me struggle really bad with one long line. It's just gonna be fun. But in this one I didn't really struggle much. I like what I drew from the very beginning. Not much to talk about. Yeah, no. And you can see me flipping the canvas here and there again because I just have an easier time with curved lines when they're in a certain direction. That direction you will know if you observe how I flip and turn the canvas. It's like, yeah, from the bottom left to the top right, I think is that direction is the one I find easiest, I think. I don't know. I couldn't tell you by watching. I can tell you when I don't think when I draw. Yeah, this stream I was all alone, as you can see by the chat. No one joined me. That's normal though. You notice that when you watch my other speed paints. So I make the leg lines for the socks. Yeah, the socks are on the same line as the leg. Right here is where I decided to just keep it instead of making a bump, just because I didn't want to clean up the tail. I had to grease earlier, make sure it's all right. And yeah, here you see me being lazy again, and that is copying colors. Like everything that I could copy the color, I copied color. So the lantern, the tail, the fur color, the whole head. See me copying that all, and then I go and correct those to fit the current outfit. Just because it's the same base. It's just quick and easy to copy paste the colors and readjust them instead of coloring everything in again. Still a little tricky, as you can see. I had to change the tail color into a bright red so I could see it, because the normal color is basically white. I still had to readjust and erase stuff later on. I'm pretty sure that goes in this one as well. But that's to be expected. Once you lay down another darker color, it's just gonna notice stuff. And yeah, I noticed. Oh wait, I forgot about the socks. So I decided to finish the fur first and then take care of the sock situation. Erasing that fur again, coloring it white. Here I go and fix the sock issue, having forgotten to draw it. Quick. And then back to coloring. Slap some gray in there, then turn it white. Perfect. Save there. Saving I usually take as short little breaks. And here you see me first plotting in the black, deciding the black looks good. And continuing to color everything. the whole jacket. Simply have to clean up the fur again. Because sometimes you just don't see it. So it might have been faster if I just colored in everything myself instead of copying layers. But well, here I also noticed I missed that fur, so I colored it in. Picked a shirt color, a very light blue, because white shirts are usually a hint of blue or a hint of yellow depending on what fabric. Is it what fabric? If it's wool or cotton or linen. So I went with a light blue just because I wanted to. It's my go-to. Then you see me coloring in now the gold, the brooch, and the buttons are also gonna be gold. And you might be thinking that those tiny little things are gonna be hard to see. It's gonna be no problem. But the eye is still a tiny detail. It's gonna be fixed. And you're seeing me airbrushing the red color onto there, erasing each part, just to make sure that I don't accidentally airbrush over something I didn't want to airbrush over. So done with that now, and now I'm using a big eraser airbrush to tone it down. And then you see me doing the same process on the sleeves on each poof. See me erasing the floppy sleeve end and where the sleeve overlaps with the rest of the sleeve, making a new layer for each poof. So I could erase it without affecting the already airbrushed areas. Gives the jacket a little bit of color and just looking nicer. Played around a little with opacities and layer modes, decided I didn't like any of them. And now you see me use my sprinkle brush to add some white sprinkles as texture onto just the airbrushed red. Again, it's just a little texture thing. It just makes it look more interesting and less like I just slapped some color on there. I made the cover the same color as I made the pants, though I did play around with the color of the pants for a little bit before I just decided. I think I just decided to go with black then, because otherwise it looked weird. Since the big fence also end with that purple color, so they would blend into the pants if they were the same color. So fixing up the blindfold, and here is the flat colored version. I'm creating the shadow layers now, because I decided I wanted to properly shade this, because I really liked how it looked. So you're seeing me shading something properly. I'm using the same purple color that is the color of their flames. Just set on the multiply layer. I used that for all the shading. And I don't shade with a light source in mind, though you should do that. I kinda always try to go with feeling, because I mean, if it's broad daylight out, you would have the sun doesn't cast that great of shadows onto yourself. I don't know, I just shade how how I'm feeling it should look like, which in my opinion usually is fine. Now shading the beans after the fur was shaded. You see me shading the middle of the fins because, well, there is fire behind them, so the shadow would not be on the edge of the sea. I just think a little bit. But only a little bit. I still hate shading that tail. I don't know how to shade that tail. I just tried my best to make it, because it's such a big space. So shading that is already hard for me. Just throw some squills in there. Continuing the shading. Shaded the ears a lot much more than last time. Now onto the jacket, which has a lot of folding. I will also make a second shade layer for the jacket. I tend to do that with jackets and long pants, coats, such things. One layer, which is the one I'm currently working on, is the detail shadows, I call it, and then this is the second layer where I zoom out more and use a bigger brush normally and add shadows to the edges, to the side of the torso, to make it look a little more shaded. It's like if I added a detail shadow layer to the socks. I have one layer that is these big shadows and a second layer which is smaller folds and the detailed shadows. Now I'm shading the gold. Makes it already look so much better. Moving on to the colored. Nice dark shadow since it's on top of the other one, in between each fold. Going to the pants. Of course the jacket casts a shadow, big shadow down over everything. And also the poofy folding. Then the blindfold, and then I move on to the lantern. I also took more time shading, so as you can see I want to go to the more pronounced because it's on top of the silver / grey. Then you see making a shine layer, which is for the gold. So now you can really see it popping, and the shine layer is above the line work, so the black lines also get a shine, which makes them lighter and makes it pop more, which is how to make little metallic things look bigger. Of course, add shine to the lantern as well, so that I forgot to shade the chain, so did that, scored out, so yeah, that looks really good. And then I wanted to add some highlights to the rest of the body. So I added some shinies to the hair, to make it around the fire a little brighter as well. And as you can see, I'm using the red color from Oat's color palette as shine layer, just with the layer option the blend mode, I think it's called, add, so it makes everything shiny. It's not the best idea to go with one color for the red, for the shiny, for the highlights, but it's fine. In this case, I think it's okay. But typically, you would look around with what color looks best. And we're done. I was just saving that. And that was it.